G'day guys, Aaron here. I'm back again with Jason and thank you very much for joining us. But before we start, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get more of these sort of videos. So Jason, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
Not too much, mate. Just been, working. Wish I won the lottery and stuff like that so I didn't have to work. But, we've all got to do this in our spare time. So not too much, man. I just got I bought a 300 Win Mag. We've been talking about that. Sent it off to the gunsmiths. Literally within like 48 hours, he'd completed the job. So I got to pick it up this Saturday, this weekend, and hopefully put it together, put the stock on it, put a scope on it, and start that reloading process for that 300. So what about you? What have you been up to?
Finally got out today for a bit of a shoot. Went out with Warlord. He makes, the guy James makes these shooting bags, awesome bags for PRS or just general shooting, nice, lightweight, and they work really well. So we'll be getting a review out later. It'll probably be the next review after this to come out.
Right.
So
Has it been pissing down up there? It's pissing down here. It feels like it's been raining for like 4 weeks.
It's been real bad. It's real muggy. Like it's just awful here. Yeah, so it's a bit awful on the farm. The grass is like getting to chest height now. So it's a little bit hard. You got to shoot off a table. There's no way you can shoot off the ground.
It's good for the cows up there. Good for the cows.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's 500 acres and it's just rich, clean grass. It's fantastic to see. The long range course that you shot on looks awesome. All nice, rich and green. Just not dirty old brown dust everywhere now. Yeah,
what are we doing? Talk about an update today, mate, to the Gel Blasters.
Yes, and the New South Wales Police have put a statement out about the Brad Towner incident. Well, not incident, the court case. A bit of a reaction thing, because I guess people are all asking about are these legal now? That has been found to be a toy in court, and it's actually been causing a little bit of a stir online as well this week, hasn't it?
Yeah, lots been happening since our last video. So they put this, I've got it on my phone right now. They put out an update on Gel Blasters. So obviously, if you watched our previous video, if not, go back and watch that about the Gel Blasters. This is a bit of an update. So they released an update that says the New South Wales Police Force wish to advise that previous information regarding the classification of Gel Blasters as an air gun and therefore as a Category A firearm remains current. In addition, if the Gel Blaster substantially duplicates in appearance a military-style firearm, they remain categorized as a prohibited firearm. Further, it is an offence for a person to acquire, supply, possess, or use a firearm that is not registered. Well, if it's prohibited, how can you register it? Because on appearance laws, you wouldn't be able to own it anyway, so it kind of doesn't make sense. The recent not guilty verdict outcome of R versus Towner does not change the operation of the Firearms Act or its associated regulation, and Gel Blasters remain prohibited to use or possess. Any inquiries on this matter can be submitted via the Contact Us page on the website. So clearly they're just doubling down on the stupidity yet again. Even after the win, they're still trying to say they're firearms. And how they're trying to win this is saying, well, we're going to use the Firearms Act and we're saying it looks like a replica firearm. So even though Brad Towner won, that's on one particular issue of the Firearms Act that these look like military weapons, not in fact that they're actually Gel Blasters. So that's how they're able to go out now and just keep charging people for Gel Blasters for replica firearms. So there's no question these are actually Gel Blasters, and that's all Brad sold was Gel Blasters, but they're just trying to get him to say this is actually a firearm under military appearance laws, and you're in possession of, firearms that you shouldn't have access to. But you can't even register them anyway, so if it's a prohibited item.
Yeah, what class do they come under? There's
no class at all.
There's no class for a battery-operated firearm, is there?
No.
No. Okay. Now, so they're saying a military firearm, right? So it's got to look like a military firearm. What happens if, like what they said in Brad's case, they called some a fantasy firearm, a space age from a video game? Is that legal to own and use because it doesn't look like a firearm, a military one? It's just out of like a video game or a totally fictitious, made-up looking space age Gel Blaster. Would that be okay to use?
Yeah.
Because there's no appearance law. There's no real gun that you can compare it to.
Yeah. a lot of people send me a lot of different screenshots on the podcast page. So I wanted to read this one too. So one of the proactive good shooters out there, Brett, won't say his last name, but he sent a message to the Firearms Registry. And this is what actually came back. I found this very interesting as well. And this just confirms my last point about them. All they're trying to do is get a guilty verdict on a imitation firearm, which is initially what they said before. Now it's military appearance. So it doesn't matter if it's gel blasters or it's, a metal gun that looks like a real gun. That's what they're trying to do. So it says, thank you for your representation on this matter. The recent decision of R versus Towner does not change the operation of the Firearms Act 1996. Now, even though Brad and his team fought on that exact legislation and obviously were found not guilty, a not guilty outcome such as this in the district court does not change the law. Rather, it is the case that the jury was not convinced that the evidence provided to them in that particular deliberation met the threshold of beyond reasonable doubt. The New South Wales Police continue to act within the parameters of the Firearms Act. Please be advised that the information on the New South Wales Police Force Registry website about the classification of gel blasters is accurate and current. And then they put the link to the previous PDF that I just actually read out to you guys, saying it's still a Category A air rifle. I mean, it's just, you cannot, so that's what they're trying to fight on now, that just this little particular case, he was not guilty, but we still need to basically, arrest people, charge people for replica firearms, even though the firearm they're arresting him for, which we all know is gel blasters. That's what people are getting in trouble for.
I want to know, why are they doing this? Why have they got such a bee in their bonnet over this, obviously, kid's toy, over the border? The border's only half an hour from my house. What makes the difference? What's the difference between half an hour down the road and my place? Why? Does it change? Can't New South Wales people be trusted with a kid's toy, but Queenslanders can? Yeah. I just got no idea. I want to know why they are going out of their way, wasting taxpayers' money, making themselves look like complete tools, which obviously they don't care what their public image is like, because they would stop all this nonsense if they did. I just want to know why they are hell-bent on doing this.
Yeah,
there has to be a reason.
Make sense. Doesn't really make sense at all.
Has to be a reason. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, they're even talking about up here in Queensland about changing it. So they didn't like the outcome of it went to court and was ruled as a toy. So now they are making noises that they want it to be classed like you as a firearm. So it brings up a few questions, really, because up here in Queensland, we have hundreds and hundreds of gel blaster shops. So if they are ruled as, okay, you can have them, but they're going to be a firearm, all these shops would have to become gun shops, pay gun shop insurances, pay like a dealer's license. You'd have to pay everything like a gun shop. A $30 toy that you can buy off eBay that you can't bring in, you've got to buy it through a reseller, which they sell for like $200, will now all of a sudden become $400 or $500 for a plastic toy that may only last you for 2 weeks before it broke. So that's one problem. Everything would have, technically, this is only hypothetical, my way of seeing it, would have to become a gun shop, and you'd need a PTR. So you'll have to spend $1,000 on a gun safe to store your plastic toys. It's just ludicrous. Also here, talking to some police, and they said in the last 3 months, all this hype about gel blasters here in Queensland, all these false call-outs, of kids playing on their front lawn with them and that, and people thinking there's mass shootings happening. It's actually in decline right now in Queensland. They're not getting so many. All that hype and hysteria was just a fad. So it's actually been going down, all the hysteria call-outs. Yeah. So it's just, imagine that, having to lock your plastic toys in a gun safe.
It's interesting because there's been a few mixed reactions. 98% of people have obviously, know their toys. But even on our pages, I want to read some comments here to you as well. This is from Brendan. He says, concentrate on protecting your right to bear arms, not your right to bear toys. I don't really see the difference, because obviously mine and your page, if they're going to classify gel blasters as firearms, which we know they're not, we're in the, I won't say gun industry, but I guess we have channels and pages and YouTube channels, etc., that deal in this type of stuff. So I don't know why would we be talking about it. And yeah, he's right in the fact that we should be obviously concentrating on protecting to bear our firearms as well. But we haven't really been successful in that in the last, say, 10 or 15, 20 years now, have we? Now, Lindsay Pelser, I don't mind saying his name because this is the stupidest comment I've ever heard. He said they should be banned before someone gets killed pulling fake shit on people. And I thought to myself, okay, went back and had a look and tried to find out where a person, child, normally it'd be children because children will play with these toys. I know you've got one, so that's probably works right there too. But
hey, it was given to me. I didn't buy it.
you got given it. So, I mean, where have we seen a kid, which, we know kids will be playing with these toys, pointed a gel blaster at a police officer and a police officer's had to shoot dead or kill someone that's pointing a gel blaster at them? I jumped on the internet, couldn't find a single case. So again, this always seems to be the case with these people. They obviously go to the smallest thing possible and say, well, that's what's happening everywhere, when it's not happening. And even if it did happen once, 2 or 3 times and nothing had happened, is that really a reason to try and ban gel blasters because of 1 or 2 incidents? I mean, if we did that everywhere, we'd be just banning absolutely everything.
Well, they're pretty much trying to, aren't they, in this country? But there's 2 parts to that. One, if a child, I mean like a kid child, does point one of these at a cop must have enough brain to realise, okay, that really isn't a real firearm. How can a 4-year-old get a real firearm? Okay, so that would be common sense and nothing would happen. And if an adult or a scumbag or a druggo points one of these at a police officer and he gets shot dead, who the fuck cares? Really? It's time people took responsibility for their own actions in life. If you're dumb enough to, as an adult, to point this at a police officer or a person in the street that you don't know, you're going to have to wear the consequences. If you get your brains blown out by a cop, too fucking bad. That's just what happens.
Don't forget, the police can keep you safe anywhere and everywhere. You're walking down the street, police will always be there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just there was just a thing I read, something like 12 minutes now is the average call out for an emergency. So they obviously can't be at my house while someone's beating me to death.
Yeah. I wanted to go on to this one too, because this is, I guess, the final part of the puzzle. Very interesting, you might add. Now, this just sends this whole situation just to rock bottom. I was talking to a few people yesterday, today. I got this message to my inbox. First I've heard for this person, but I wanted to just read a bit of it to you. Can't read everything because it's a bit hard to. It says, good morning. I find myself sitting here listening and watching your podcast, Read Gel Blasters and Armoured Heaven, and the historical win regarding Brad Towner. I myself have been charged with serious firearms offences. My court case has been running for nearly a year and a half with no let-up from the DPP. I've been pleading not guilty on all charges. I've been speaking to Brad Towner for over a year now regarding these charges and being toys. Now, he goes on to say that he's obviously speaking to Cornyn McDougal, who represented Brad Towner in his case. And he says, I won't say his age because it might give it away. I'm dying from blood cancer, and I'm a father of 7 children living in outback New South Wales. Myself and my wife purchased these toys for our kids to play with on the farm and hopefully get them out of the house and off the Xbox. And so he goes down there to say, from what it sounds, that he has the Cancer Council of Australia. My wife and I are dealing with this horrific battle and fighting this cancer and sickness. He has all these bouts that he goes through, feeling down. He's just been put to the absolute sword. He's gone arse end out financially, having to fight this particular issue. And thankfully, I did read a few comments last night on the post that I put up, and Brad was trying to get his case done first and have them come after his and him not plead guilty. 1, not to affect Brad's case, but 2, if they did win, then there's a good chance with Cornyn McDougal again on the case that this person that I spoke to yesterday on the phone for about half an hour has got a good chance of winning as well. And they've instituted Cornyn McDougal, Michael, as their lawyer of choice, which is fantastic. So, I never promote people. I'm not getting any money for this. But like I said, guys, if you're in New South Wales and even frankly in other states, because they could probably do it too, you'd have to find out. Corn and McDougal and Associates. Look them up. Corn McDougal. I think it's .com.au. and speak to Michael. Really nice guy. Him and his dad just took the DPP to the absolute sword during that court case and come off victorious. So, I just sit there and I read this stuff, Aaron. I just think, man, this poor bastard, the guy's already pretty much, from what I'm reading here, I'm just reading between the lines, like he's not going to survive, man. So, it's sad. And I'm actually flabbergasted, man. This is actually a thing in 2020. A guy's dying from cancer and they're trying to, put a guy in prison for having toys and gel blasters. And if it was so serious, dude, right, the people that haven't had the money and just pled guilty because they just want a quick free charge, because, firearms charges, man, people get promoted over firearms charges within the police force. So,
it's a golden ticket.
Yeah, it's a golden ticket to a promotion. I mean, I'm sitting there just reading this gun. I'm just flabbergasted and how many people that have pled guilty have actually gone to prison. If it was so bad, so bad, why are people not going to prison for all these quote unquote guns? And not one person has gone to prison, man. So they know full well this is a joke. They know it themselves, because if they were serious, they'd put these people in prison. But they know it's all bogus, man. So
I reckon all it is they if they're not prosecuting people, they haven't got a job. So they got to try it. They don't give a shit about this poor guy's health problems and that. This is a prime case for them, and they can drag this out for years. So they've got another couple of years of employment, and that's all it is. Just charge these people and create work for ourselves.
Thankfully, he's had good advice and just said, he's not going to plead guilty, which didn't jeopardize, Brad's case for Armoured Heaven, and set a good precedent in New South Wales. So I'll presume right now that because how the police and the DPP and the government basically lost in that hearing, they'll be getting all the data that, obviously our case, they'll be trying to get that information and trying to find a way to get around what their defense was to try and get people prosecuted in future, because now they know which avenue we're taking that's not getting them a conviction. They'll be trying to get around that now and finding out what sort of cockamamie ideas to try and get the conviction and try and get around the defense, But if they're going to do that, you might as well just change the law so then people understand what the situation is. But again, it's still a toy. I can own a 50 cal BMG, but I can't own some ridiculously plastic, which you look at them from... I saw when I was at your house, I saw them about 10 meters away and I could tell it was fake, you know what I mean, by the look of it.
Exactly. I'm like you. I read that letter, and it was gut-wrenching. That is the height of pure scummery. Like, there's no other word. These cops that are doing this are pure human garbage. They really, truly are. Now, this guy wants to spend his remaining days, and who knows how much time he's got. Hopefully it's a long time. Hopefully he can beat it. But the worst case, he wants to spend his remaining days with his children, trying to enjoy it with his wife and children, and these pieces of garbage are trying to do this to him. It's absolutely sickening. Heads should roll. The Premier should get involved. The government should get involved and say, right, who's pulling the shit? Said, enough's enough. Said, you're all gone. You're sacked. You're out of here. You don't do this to a cancer patient over a goddamn toy. Fair enough, you want to go after scumbags doing the wrong thing with these guns, but not someone like this.
I mean, I'd understand, listen, if someone had cancer, they committed some heinous crime, you'd probably say they deserve to die, rape, pedophilia, whatever it may be, killing lots of people, massive amount of casualties from terrorism. You probably wouldn't feel guilty or sad that the guy was dying. You'd probably be happy about it. But at the end of the day, this is a toy, and probably the poor bastard is just going to live out his remaining days waiting, and the stress would probably kill you. Just the stress alone. You've already got a weakened immune system, and now you've got to deal with police and just the things she told me. I'm not going to go into them here, but she told me on the phone the things they've done, the things they say when they drop off briefs of evidence and things like that, and flashing their lights at the front of the place to get them to come up because they know they've got cameras. They don't want to be caught on camera, so flash their lights at the front of the property so you can see them in the CCTV, so they'll come up the front. And I just said, just don't go up the front. Don't go up there. Lock the door, go inside, lock the door, stay inside.
Yeah, make them come to you.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Remember, at the end of the day, they work for you. You pay their wages.
Just when I read this, mate, it's just, honestly, it's gut-wrenching, sickening. You just can't even imagine why this is happening and why you would do this to someone. These people what happened to protecting the community? What happened? And they say, well, that's what we're doing. And I go, it's ridiculous. No one in their right mind can think these things are honestly anything else other than a toy. It's ridiculous.
They're protecting their career. Now, what happens if this poor guy passes away in the middle of all this? Do they transfer their disgusting attack to the grieving wife?
Another interesting part too, I might add, was that apparently the police won't even talk to the husband, which is the one that charged. Apparently, the wife told me last night she was the one that purchased the gel blasters, yet they charged him. Go figure, and not her.
That sounds extremely sexist to me. And
I mean, it's not actually a fun laughing matter. Actually, it's really sad. It's sad. Just there's no words, man. When I read this, man, like I felt bad. Like I wasn't crying or anything, but you just feel your heart just sink for this poor bastard, and you think, how on earth could that is not the role of the police. It is not the role of the police to do these types of things to people on bogus, ridiculous cases that they know full well are not legitimate.
Exactly. It was the most disgusting thing I've heard for a long time. It really is.
And they just don't seem to care about their reputation. I mean, years ago, like probably before social media and Skype and things that we're on now, if I wanted to have a whinge about something, I would talk to you. I'd ring you up. I'd have a whinge. Then maybe you might tell a couple of friends. But these days, people like us, me, you, a lot of other YouTubers out there, podcasters, people in the gun industry have large followings. And, you can get the word out now to 50, 60, 100, 1 million people with the tick of a smartphone.
Exactly.
You can get a status up saying this is just pure scummery. And guess what? I mean, I just don't know if the police and New South Wales just don't care about their reputation. Again, it just comes back to the fact that, the community acceptance of police and respect is just at all-time lows nationally across Australia. And this is the reason why. Get out there and catch real criminals, not guys, some poor guy trying to raise his kids, fighting cancer. And you want to try and charge him on his last days of his life. I mean, just heinous, mate. Absolutely heinous.
And it's not like that this guy lives in the middle of the city where everyone can see him. He lives out on a rural property out in the middle of nowhere with no one around. So it's not like they're running around the streets with these toys. Yeah. They're in the outback where nearest neighbours probably hundreds of kilometres away. That's just absolutely
Anyway,
ridiculous.
Hopefully we can keep people updated over the coming months and the next year. Hopefully a good precedent has been set with Brad. But again, that'll be the same case. Even if they do win, right, they'll just say, well, again, that was a win. Jury ruled that those firearms, or they weren't replica firearms. They weren't military-style appearance firearms, even though, again, in both cases, they were both gel blasters. So they're just doing it on an individual-by-individual case, saying, well, maybe those are not military style, but if we charge that guy over there, they're military style. But if we don't win there, we'll charge that guy over there because they're military. Oh, we don't win there, then we'll charge that guy over there, until they actually just get a win. Or until the word goes around in the industry, don't have a gel blaster in New South Wales, because what's the best way to stop it is to charge people like Brad who have a business, and then word gets around on social media, don't have these things, don't buy them. It's really, really very sinister move from the New South Wales Police.
Well, what I've wondered, and a lot of people have said this to me, if they really don't want these, why don't they just ban the importation? I can grandfather them. Okay, if you got them, no matter what state you're in, you can have them. Grandfather them, but you can't import anymore, and you can't import the parts. Jesus, within a few weeks, there'll be none left because they all fall apart. They're cheap plastic.
But then they ruin all the businesses that have been set up in Queensland and around the country selling these firearms, people in jobs, paying taxes, superannuations, things like that, keeping people in business. It's just...
You think they care about that? I don't. No. They couldn't give a shit about your business. They don't give a shit about a poor guy with blood cancer with his kids playing with children's toys. They're not going to care about some person trying to make a go having a successful business. It's just disgusting. This whole incident is just disgusting, and Brad's incident is just a complete embarrassment for New South Wales.
I thought the Brad Towner case was bad enough, but now that they've gone after guys with cancer and that, it's just what words can explain just it's sickening. But anyway, we'll keep you guys updated. Over the next 3 to 6 months, hopefully we'll have some more information as it comes to hand. We'll make more videos like these, and hopefully we have a good result going forward for that guy that can live. Hopefully he gets not guilty and lives out his days, mate. And we're hoping he survives, but at least if that's not going to happen, unfortunately, we'd rather live out, live happy with his family, mate, living his last days as a happy man.
Exactly. And the next video, I think we'll try and pick a happy topic. And so, guys,
is there really any in this industry? Sometimes I start to wish, like people say, do you like talking about this stuff? I said, not really. I'd love the positive stuff, but what's positive? We've had gun bans after gun bans,
Mate, I had a guy today bitching, saying we're just whinging. But if we don't talk about this, who is? Who's going to know about this? Who's going to talk about this? Not everyone's on Facebook and all that. The last video was a huge hit. So it's got out to a lot of people. In fact, it was the biggest watched video on the channel. Was since the new channel's been up, because the last channel got deleted, of course. And people are obviously liking this and hearing this and getting the word out. So
and if you like, as you said at the start, if you like the video, we want you to click that subscribe button down the bottom somewhere, and click that thumbs up if you like the video. Try and get us up to a couple of hundred likes. See if we can pull that off as a first one if you like this sort of content. So
we almost got that on the last one. And please subscribe to this new channel. My last channel was taken down and YouTube did not help me get it back up, so I lost everything. Thousands and thousands of subscribers. So please, let's get this channel up and running. There'll be videos, 3 to 4 videos a week, every week, and we're going to try and do more of these sort of talking videos. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, send your question in and we'll talk about it. Anything gun related, anything about ammo, guns, anything. If we know enough about it, we'll talk about it. You tell us what you want in the comment section.
Put in the comments, exactly.
And we'll do it. And if we get enough of them, you never know. You could be lucky. You could see our face a couple of times a week sometimes.
Yeah, we've both got Instagram, so jump on there, Australian Hunting Podcast, Shooting Stuff Australia. We've got the Facebook pages, jump on there too. Listen to the podcast. It's all over iTunes. I just released one yesterday, which was great. The 2 that I did in Queensland over the last couple of weeks. So, lots of content coming out, lots of listening. If you're going hunting, you can listen to the podcast, AustralianHuntingPodcast.com.au, iTunes, Stitcher, you name it, Podbean app, whatever you want. You can listen to it anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, well, all the contact details will be in the description down below here. And, so...
No, we should go, Aaron. 500 likes, guys. We want 500 likes on this video. Hit the thumbs up button. We're going for 500 likes, mate. We're starting heavy. We're starting big.
Yeah, exactly. Might start doing a few giveaways as well, I think. I've got a few things in mind. So
and, you might be doing something very soon with a giveaway. Are you gonna mention that or no?
Not yet. I'm just finalising it. It's quite a big one. There's going to be $1,000 plus giveaway.
Yeah.
So when I've nailed down all the details and basically how I am going to say it, because of all this social networking rules out there. But we'll figure it out, even if it's cryptid.
And guys, you want to be part of this because you just do.
Yeah, exactly. And we might do some smaller giveaways as well with our talking videos as well. So obviously you guys are liking it. Before my last channel was taken down, the talking videos outdid all my gun reviews and the long distance videos. And I couldn't believe anyone would just want to listen to me talk about stuff. So
they've been the most popular ones before the video got taken down, before the channel got taken down. They were loving all the, quote unquote rant videos and talking about what's happening in the industry. It's getting the most views. Yeah,
and it's a lot of fun for us to make because we talk about this stuff every day on the phone, and why not just talk about it here and bring our opinions to everyone else? Hey, not everyone likes it, as we've seen, but I don't really care. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't subscribe to the channel. Go cry somewhere else, as far as I'm concerned. But the majority of you do.
Well, the numbers were good on the first one. So, and you've only got three and a half, roughly 1,000 of the subscribers back, and that one's up to 17, almost 1,800 views. So not bad considering 50, 60%, 65% of your viewership's watching it. So, but we'll follow up with more videos, guys. Looking forward to it.
Definitely. Yep, and see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.